Look at this. Just right now. Just right now.
We're outside of the Home Depot near downtown LA, where federal agents were seen arriving in the box of a Penske moving truck. In videos obtained by CBS News, we see federal agents arriving, spilling out into the parking lot, and running after some of the day laborers and street vendors that were on the lot.
Just right now. Just right now.
We spoke to a day laborer who says he spent weeks hiding at home trying to avoid a deportation along with his brother, but this morning his brother was one of those detained.
Estaba él en el lugar de donde estaban unas personas vendiendo comida, estaba desayunando cuando de repente llegaron y lo agarraron y se lo llevaron.
Now, some of the immigrants we've been speaking to on the ground say they approached the moving truck thinking it was someone who was here to hire a day labor, but instead they were met with federal agents.
Nosotros, todo el grupo que estábamos aquí esperando trabajo, vimos que entró un camión de los que siempre por regular vienen a traer gente y venía de particular el que venía conduciendo el camión y se parqueó adelantito y el camión era de esos de mudanza, de esos amarillos, esos que usan para moverse las personas de los apartamentos, de las casas, y de repente cuando vimos bajaron del camión de atrás varios uniformados y se lanzaron a agarrarnos a las personas que estábamos. Y gracias a Dios yo logré correr y esconderme, ¿verdad? Pero lastimosamente mi hermano no se salvó de esto.
The Department of Homeland Security issued the statement saying this morning Border Patrol conducted a targeted raid dubbed Trojan Horse in LA at a Home Depot that resulted in the arrest of 16 illegal aliens from Guatemala, Mexico, Honduras, and Nicaragua. The Penske truck rental company also issued a statement indicating Penske strictly prohibits the transportation of people in the cargo area of its vehicles under any circumstances. The company was not made aware that its trucks would be used in today's operation and did not authorize this. Penske will reach out to DHS and reinforce its policy to avoid improper use of its vehicles in the future.
Boo. Keep using a Penske truck. Oh, man, I just thought that was hilarious. Because I actually showed you guys a clip from inside that truck in one of yesterday's videos. But now we got to see the outside, right? And what actually really went down. And as a matter of fact, I got another clip to go along with that. But that is absolutely hilarious. So the truck was sitting there in the parking lot, and all of these illegals thought that it was a guy that was looking for some work for the day, right? I guess that's a thing in California. You just pull up to your local, what was that, Home Depot, I believe that was. Is that what they said? I think that was Home Depot, if I remember correctly. You just pull up to your local Home Depot, and you can just pick up all types of illegals to come and work for you for the day. I guess that's what they doing over there in California. So I don't know. But anyway, I want to show y'all this next clip because this is some of the aftermath of them hopping out of I can't even say that name properly. The rental truck, right? Check it out. Check out all these illegals scrambling. Look at that. So they thought a federal judge was going to save them.
You arrested someone?
A day laborer said around 6:45 a.m., rental truck pulled up to the laborers who had gathered and told them in Spanish he was looking for. Oh, so he told them. Somebody in the truck told him he was looking for. They were looking for workers.
Illegally. Get away. Why? I'm allowed to be here. I'm stopping you from breaking the law.
Several of the men gathered around the truck, and then the back of the truck opened, and Master just jumped out and started chasing people. That is hilarious. That is funny. Hey, we need more of that. We need more of that. And no, I don't feel bad. Nope, don't feel bad. Because, and this is the thing, these folks, these illegals, whomever they may be, right? If they're individuals who have been in this country since 6 months, since being 6 months old, which I showed you guys a story about a gentleman who was 6 months old when he came to this country, only to realize at 18 when he went to get his license that he was an illegal, and continued to stay here for another 12 years until he was caught at the age of 30. No, I don't feel bad for him, and I don't feel bad for any of these individuals that are getting caught and getting deported, because they've had every opportunity. As a matter of fact, they've turned I believe it was the CBP app to like the CBP Home app, in which you can download the app. As a matter of fact, I think I have it actually on my phone. I didn't actually go through the process of, but I just wanted to see. No, actually, I took it back off. But it's called the CBP Home app. So illegals can basically log in, give them type in their information, and self-deport while getting $1,000 and a free plane ticket back to their home country. And they can apply to come here the legal way. So no, I don't feel bad for these folks, because you've had the opportunity to get a free plane ticket and some cash in your pocket to just go back to where you're from. You've had plenty of time to do that. So yeah, if you get caught trying to sell your goods out on the sidewalk, then no, I don't feel bad. Not at all. Not at all. Anyway, carry on. Hollywood is even getting involved on the ICE raids, at least a little bit.
Hey everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up. And here's your opportunity to join ICE. You can earn lots of great benefits and pay. Yeah, since President Trump took office, ICE has arrested hundreds of thousands of criminals, including terrorists, rapists, murderers, pedophiles, MS-13 gang members, drug traffickers, you name it. Very dangerous people who are no longer on the streets. You can defend your homeland and get great benefits like a $50,000 signing bonus. Think about that. Student loan repayment legally. Enhanced retirement benefits, and special pay for those in the field operations and law enforcement roles. I don't get that special pay, but you also don't need an undergraduate degree. You can get to work right away. So if you want to help save America, ICE is arresting the worst of the worst and removing them from America's streets. I like that. I voted for that. They need your help. We need your help to protect our homeland and our families. So check into it, as I said, and join today if it's something that tickles your fancy, because we can use you.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Hey, listen, if you need a job, ICE is hiring. ICE is hiring. And they're paying well. 50K signing bonus. And I believe the starting salary is, it's $50,000. So yeah, good pay. Anyway, let's hop into this tragic story.
A man is in custody in connection with a deadly hit and run in Coraopolis. Police there say the victim was crossing 4th Avenue at the Main Street intersection when an SUV hit him. The driver took off. But tonight, Shelley Borsch shows us how police found the driver and what they've learned about him and the man who died.
The video shows the victim almost made it to the sidewalk here before he was struck by that SUV. Now flowers mark the spot where this tragedy happened.
It's heartbreaking. It really is.
Carol Tompkins is the manager at this Sunoco service station on 4th Avenue. When she learned who the victim was in the deadly hit and run that happened right in front of her store, she was devastated. While police have not yet publicly released the man's name, Tompkins says word has quickly spread through the community. She says he would greet her with a hello every morning as he stood by the front door waiting for his ride to work. When she didn't hear that warm greeting today that she got so used to, she says it hit home.
He was an amazing person. He was like a big shot in Coraopolis because everybody loved him. I mean, there was not one bad thing ever said about him. Look, now I have the goosebumps. He was a great person.
Tompkins shared the gas station surveillance video with us. It shows the victim standing at the intersection of 4th and Main waiting to cross the street. You see him look both ways before crossing. He almost makes it to the sidewalk when the SUV comes into focus. We chose to stop the video there.
It made me sick to my stomach. That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Coraopolis police tell us they were able to locate the driver at his home in Ambridge through traffic light cameras and license plate readers on Route 65. KDKA-TV learned the driver is an undocumented immigrant and has been detained by ICE. Meantime, people who knew the victim are honoring him by placing flowers at the scene.
I pretty much put the flowers out because he's done a lot for this community. So, like, as a community, the least we could do is give him something to be remembered by.
Everyone we talked with had nothing but wonderful things to say about the victim, who was a landscaper. They tell us you would see him watering flowers early in the morning of people he didn't even know, or working to create beautiful flower beds like this one at the local bank. They say his legacy will live on.
Man, absolutely tragic. Absolutely tragic. Here today and gone tomorrow, you know? Simply walking across the street and in the blink of an eye, gone. All because of someone who shouldn't have been here in the first place. Sad, man. Really is sad. Really is. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace. That is absolutely crazy. But in some better news, some folks were caught.
Breaking news, the FBI has now arrested 10 people in connection to the alleged ambush at the ICE facility in Texas. They're facing life in prison after being charged with attempted murder, terrorism, and assault with a deadly weapon. Officials are reporting that the suspects used graffiti and fireworks to lure agents out of a Texas detention facility and then fired 20 to 30 rounds towards them. A local police officer was shot in the neck but has since been released from the hospital. The local sheriff's office is reporting that some of the suspects were wearing body armor and others tactical gear, while some were covered in mud. Several of them were reportedly armed and carrying two-way radios. Investigators also found flags and flyers that read "Resist Fascism, Fight Oligarchy, Fight ICE Terror with Class War, and Free All Political Prisoners." According to the FBI, they are still searching for the 11th suspect, who has only been charged with obstruction.
These folks have absolutely lost their minds. Absolutely lost their minds. And listen, I hope every single one of them gets the death penalty. That should be the price you pay for committing crimes like this. When you're willing to shoot at law enforcement, when you're willing to go that far, arm yourself, cover yourself in mud and tactical gear, right? Put on some tactical gear, cover yourself in mud, you're staking out, and you're intentionally hunting law enforcement. You're just not fit to walk amongst us out in the public. That's just my humble opinion. If you're willing to do that against law enforcement, then what are you willing to do against some random stranger? I'm just saying. Like, that's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. And you know what's mind-boggling to me? When people think they're going to get away with this stuff. Like, when you fight with a cop, like folks that fight with cops or try to take out law enforcement, like, do you genuinely think you're going to get away? Let's say you manage to pine box somebody in law enforcement. Do you not think every law enforcement officer, person, individual is not going to be hunting you down 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days in a year until they find you? Like, of course they are. And possibly the FBI is going to be getting involved. Like, you're going to be found. And honestly, I would assume, and listen, if we got any law enforcement watching, obviously don't use your own personal account, but I would assume that if you killed one of their own, they'd be happy to take you out. You want to put up a fight? Okay. Thank you. We'll put a couple extra holes in you. Thank you. You know, I could be wrong, but y'all let me know in the comments, man, if we got any law enforcement. Don't use your own personal account, though. Don't rat yourself out now. You use a burner account, all right? Use a burner account if you go comment on that. But yeah, man, that is absolutely crazy. I hope they rot in prison for the rest of their lives, because that is disgusting.
A man charged in Knox County accused of scamming people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars in a Bitcoin scam. Lee Poe is charged with fraud, theft by deception, and conspiracy to commit a financial crime. Court records show the 29-year-old messaged victims on an app offering an investment opportunity that promised a large return. But detectives say it was actually part of a crypto scam. Records show the victims gave Poe $850,000 in cash, but when the victims tried to get their earnings, they were sent to a fake website. Deputies say they arrested him yesterday when he met the victims again to get more money.
That is crazy. So he scammed them and then tried to scam them. Oh, man. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Illegals just want to come to this country and scam folks, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. You're illegal and you come in this country and scam people. But hey, you know, that's why I always say pigs get fed and hogs get slaughtered. You know, pigs get fed and hogs get slaughtered. And what I mean by that is he almost could have got away with just taking $850,000 and just going on about it. Wait, what was it? 850? I believe it was 800. Yeah, he could have basically gotten away with the $850,000 and just dipped out and disappeared. But he got greedy. Pigs get fed, hogs will get slaughtered. You start getting greedy, and now you're in ICE detention. He could have took that $850,000 and disappeared, gone back to his home country, right? Dipped out, gone. $850,000 richer. But nah, he couldn't do that. Wanted to get greedy. Wanted to hit that million. Gotta hit that million. Could have been a pig and been fed. But he wanted to be a hog. Goodness gracious. Now he's about to get deported. And rightfully so, right? Rightfully so. But y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Man, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving watching ICE get these folks up out of here. I'm loving it. Are you? Peace and love. I'm out.